going on, folks? Does that look too dark? I can't tell. Maybe we go a little bit brighter on the key. That should do, eh? Come on, catch focus. Hello, Sony. Okay. All right. What's up? How y'all doing? It's been a while. Is this gonna catch focus, or do I gotta? What are we doing here? All right. We're golden. Oh, I hate the shadow. I don't know if I want to wrap my key more into. What if I just? Sorry. That's super sourcey, but you know what? I don't hate it. It's a little weird, but whatever. I'm over it. What's going on? It's been a minute. I'm like, I don't know, I think I'm like 5 or 6 years, 7 years maybe into this whole career of working with a camera. You know, kind of did it while I was in school for a bit, took another job after I graduated university, did that for a couple years, and then now I'm here. And I'm coming on like a year of basically full-time freelance, which I guess this video is just kind of reflecting on what that year's been like. Yeah, freelancing is like different. I don't know. I think for some reason freelancing is like the goal. Like there's a lot of people that are like, oh, how do I get freelance? How do I, break off? I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to work for myself. And I love freelancing. I love collaborating with, multiple different brands, working on my own schedule, picking my jobs, setting my own rates. The independence that comes with working for yourself. There's a lot of, pieces of this job that I really, really enjoy. There's also a lot of parts that I don't think anybody really talks about. And so I'm kind of hoping to maybe talk about a few of those things in this video. Pretty unscripted piece. Just honestly, just feeling like I want to create something. I keep saying that I want to post stuff on YouTube and I never do. So here I am. But also it's been quiet for me the last couple weeks, which is strange. It's kind of weird. I don't really know what to do with myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing things wrong. Sometimes I feel like I need to do more. I don't know. I think that's the case with freelancing, right? You're never just taking the paycheck, clocking in, clocking out. You are always, always working. You're always looking for jobs. You're always trying to figure out what you should be doing with your time, trying to figure out how to grow your company, grow your business. I'm just rambling here. Holy. I don't think anybody ever talked about how lonely freelancing is. And not lonely in the sense that I don't have anybody in my life. Obviously, you've got friends and family. Freelancing, you don't get that consistent collaboration with a team. The job I had before this was working as basically the sole creative for a basketball team. But at least every day I was still showing up, and Shelby was at her desk right next to mine, and Dylan was behind me. And there was, it was nice going to an office where there were other people around. Freelancing, it's just me in my living room here. And I get to work with my clients, and I love a lot of my clients. Have built great relationships with a lot of them, but it's not the same. I'm still kind of doing my own thing. I get the occasional text and email about some work or whatever, but I miss those standing around the water jug conversations, So that's one downside, I guess, of freelancing. Another one, you don't have that consistent income. You're always, I'm making my own money as I go. And if I feel like if I'm not working, I'm not making money. I don't feel like that. That's reality. If I'm not working, I am not making any money. It's currently Friday. I haven't had a job since last Saturday. So I've had basically a week off. And I know a lot of my friends would kill for a week off here and there, but it's a little bit stressful when you're freelancing and you don't necessarily know when the next job is. My next job, thankfully I just booked something today for Tuesday, so I've got a job in a couple days, but aside from that, it's still another couple weeks before I have something. And it's not always like this. Honestly, the flip side is that I'm too busy because I don't like to say no to jobs because, again, that's how you pay your bills, right? This past summer, there would be, a couple weeks where I was working every single day for 8 or 9 days on shoots, and then have a bunch of editing to do, and then a bunch more shoots, and then it's just it's so busy, because you don't want to say no to anything. And I think the reason why you don't want to say no is because if I say no to them, they're going to have to hire somebody else to fill that position, and if that other person does a great job, then they'll probably get hired again. And so that's just kind of the reality of it. That's also how I've gotten to be a full-time freelancer. I think I retain a lot of my clients. I do a job well so that they hire me again. Your butt is just, you gotta at least turn around, man. Show your face. So yeah, what am I saying? We got freelancing is lonely. The schedule is all over the place. I don't know. I think part of the reason why I started freelancing was not so much that I can make a lot of money. I know that's one thing that people say is you don't have a ceiling for your salary, and so you can just keep going up, and totally true. I've taken jobs where I've made, what used to be a month's salary, I could make that in 3 days. And so that's amazing, like really, really amazing. And I don't think I do that because I want to make $1 million, but I'm doing that because then I get to have so much time off. I can hang out with my partner, I can hang out with my dog, my family, my friends. I get to do other hobbies and other different things. So that's one joy about freelancing is, you get control over your time and you get to decide what you want to do with that. And, if that's, you want to just work your ass off and make a bunch of money and whatever, that's amazing. Or if you want to do it because you like the freedom of being able to spend your time doing what you want, I think that's kind of why I'm doing it. I do like, working for a variety of different clients. Not every job is the same at all. It's totally different. One day one day I might be doing like a little solo gig where I'm shooting something and I gotta cut it and do a little video. Some days I'm on set as a cinematographer. Some days I'm on set as like a grip, or I'm just helping load stuff. Often I'm in meetings, I'm chatting with different people. I'll be flying to a different city for a weekend to shoot a football game for the CFL or something. I had a job where we stuck a bunch of GoPros in a car this summer and we filmed like little podcasty type kind of things with a couple different basketball teams. And so I like the variety in that. It's a lot of fun. But I don't know. I think I miss working with a team. I miss working. I miss creating content for one group. So for me, being in sports often, I like to shoot for one team is the dream, because you get to invest so much into one brand and to build that up and to be consistent and be creative within that brand, to see it ebb and flow through a season and through an off season. You've got your playoffs, you've got your home openers, you've got your regular season, just kind of general games and stuff, and there's differences and all of that, and that's like a lot of fun. You get to feed off the fans, you feed off the stories that come out of the teams. Whereas right now it's like, I pop in for a game or two, or maybe I follow a team for like, 7, 8, 9 games and I make a little like docuseries about them, but then that finishes, right? Like you finish that project and it's done, and so back by yourself. I don't know, man. It's just I'm not trying to say it's not all it's cracked up to be, because I do love freelancing, but I don't know. Maybe I'm ready for the next thing. Go work for somebody again. Problem is nobody has any money. Like I want to work in sports, but man, the Canadian sports like media landscape is just it's not great. Like, I'm not able to just find a, $80,000 job or whatever it is. Like, and I have so many skills that I bring to the table, but there's just not a market for that, really. Teams don't have the money to pay that. Leagues don't have the money to pay that. Unless, you're like Raptors, Leafs, like NHL, NBA, like top of the top. But those people are only hiring a couple positions, right? And they're already full. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm enjoying learning new things. I think I've got a lot of time to learn new things. Something that comes from, taking on all these different jobs I really like being on set. That's actually something that, I never really experienced life on set. I was never into film. I was never into like productions. I was always doing like solo gigs. But now more and more I find myself on set, working as like a behind the scenes guy or whatever it is. And just like the amount of learning that you can do when you're on set, learning about lighting, learning about composition, about camera movements, story, getting different shots, different angles of the same set or the same scene, how to work with talent is big. Working with those like client relations. I work pretty closely with a guy named Scott. He owns a local production company called Media That Matters, and we do a lot of work together, and I'm so grateful to be able to learn from them, from their crews. I don't know. I don't really know where this is going. I think I like to talk. I wanted to make something. I don't know. Life's good otherwise, I guess. I don't know. Is this an update? Is this a 1-year freelance update video? No, it's too much. Like, I don't even do this for the views. I'm literally just doing this because I wanted to set up I just wanted to light this. I thought my guitar looked good on the wall behind me and wanted to see how I could make this look, and I just like making stuff. Well, I like making stuff for me. I guess that's why I still freelance. I get to pick and choose what I do. I had an email come in this morning, and I'm looking for work, but I had an email come in with a job that I just was like, I don't really want to take that. It's not something I'm really interested in. And thankfully I'm at a position where I can do that. Like, I'm not, struggling for money. I can say no to the occasional gig, but I like to make things that look good, that are like relatively meaningful, just things that excite me. I guess. So anyway, that's all I got. I'll turn off these lights in order so you can see what it looks like, I guess. This is my goodbye. Cheers.